Hello everyone and welcome back to GeekyAnimator.com, and in this video we're going to learn about the shape effects that are provided by Animation Studio Pro and how we can apply these shape effects to your own shapes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a shape first of all. Go on the left hand side under the tools panel, create shape tool, and I'm going to select an oval and I'm going to draw an oval. So here we are, a simple oval, and I'm going to apply the various shape effects that we have in Animation Studio Pro. So if you want to apply the shape effects on this shape, what you have to do, you have to choose the select shape tool on the left hand side, and I'm gonna click inside the shape to select it. You can see that it has turned a bit whitish, light colored, so that means that the shape is selected right now. And I can go to the style panel over here, and in front of the effect I can see a drop down menu. Right now it's plane is selected, that means no shape effect has been applied to this shape. And below that you can see a number of shape effects that you can apply, and I'm gonna go through each one of them. So first of all, I'm gonna select shaded, and if you click on it, a dialog box opens for the shaded, and you can customize these settings. You can change the light angle, and on the left hand side you can even see the preview, that is preview of what effect you are applying right now. Like you can even change the offset, the amount of shading, that is the offset, the blur amount. If you increase the blur amount, you can see this blurriness increases, and you can even change the shade color. Click on it and you can change whatever color you want. I mean blue or what. If you have this, I can even select whatever color that you want. You can select it. I'm gonna just let it be black only. So I'm gonna click OK. And one more thing is there. You have a checkbox which says shadow only. If you click on it, so you can see that you can only see the shading now. If you select and press OK, you can see that your shape, you can see this shaded, your shape is shaded right now. But if you press Ctrl plus R, you can see that the it's the same as shown in the preview. I mean this color, the original color of the shape is lost and only the shade is there. So I'm going to close the render window. I'm going to select the shape again. I'm going to go back to the shaded, and now this time I'm not going to select the drop down menu. You can see another button in front of the drop down menu with 3 dots. Those are the settings for changing the settings. So if I click on this button, the shaded settings will open again, the same dialog box that we had previously. And I'm going to deselect the shadow only now, and now I'm going to click OK, click outside, and now you can see that well, you won't see any difference because it happens this way only. Now if you press Ctrl plus R, then you can see the difference, that the original color is maintained and only the shade has been applied right now. Alright, so you can play with the settings as much as you want. I'm gonna close the render window now. I'm gonna click again on this shape, and this time I'm gonna change the setting. Well, it happens only in shaded, that you can see the shape, the effect. You can see it's already you can apply, when you apply the shaded effect, you can see it without rendering it. Okay, but if you choose, suppose, soft edge, next one is the soft edge. If I choose the soft edge, you can see the dialog box of soft edge right now. As the name says, it softens the edges. So if I have the blur radius, I can increase it. Let's make it 32. And if I click OK, and if I click outside, you see that no change has been occurred. No, the edges aren't made any soft. I don't see any soft edges right here. But you can see when you render it, press Ctrl plus R to render it, or you can also go to the file menu, and I can press the preview option, and it will render the image for me. And now if you have a close look, I don't think that you will be able to see that the edges are becoming soft. We have soft edges right here. Let me just click this close render window. I'm gonna deselect these strokes. I'm gonna remove the strokes. And if I press Ctrl plus R now you can see it much better. The strokes are, this edges of the shape is quite blurry right now. So that's the blurry effect, the soft edge. I'm going to close the render window. Let me bring back those strokes again. And alright, so I'm going to select the select shape tool once again, and let's see what else we have. So we have a hello. Click on it to see what that is. So okay, so this is the hello. You can see that it's surrounded by a yellow color. You can change the yellow color. You can make it to something like this dark orange color. Press OK, and here you are. This looks nice. You can use it for for the sun, to make a sun, you can use this color surrounded by dark colors, and inside we have a lighter color, because inside of the sun there is more heat, so obviously we're gonna have a light color over there. So I mean, it depends on you and where you want to use it. I can change the inset radius. I may increase it to 15. You can see that the radius increases. I can change the blur amount. I may increase it, make it 32, and click on the other text box to see what effect it has on the shape. You can see the radius, blur radius increases. And again we have this option over here, halo only, which obviously what it's gonna do is bring only the halo, and the original color will be lost. Only mean this effect will be there on the shape and nothing else. You can see that. I'm gonna uncheck it, click OK, click outside. Again you don't see any effect over here, but if you press Ctrl+R, you can see the effect right now. So if you make an animation, if you render it, then you can see the effect, but you can't see the effect, I mean, on the frame itself while you're making it. So okay, let's see more effects. I'm going to select the shape again, and under the drop down menu of the effect we have a gradient option also. As the gradient, you can see a gradient is occurring from one color to another. I can change these colors. I can press this color and this white one. I'm gonna click on the white color, and I can change it to let's say this light blue. Click OK, and I can change this black color also, the other color. Simply click on this marker over here, which contains this bottle which contains the black color. Simply click on it, and now you can select this color over here, and you can change it whatever you want. I'm gonna make it a dark blue. Click OK, and here you are, your custom gradient settings. You can even, you know, change a few more settings over here. Wow, this can create an eclipse, right? Yeah, I mean, you can change the settings as you want, bring them here. You can see the preview, how it's affecting it. And also, if you select in between these two markers, you can insert your own markers, which can even, you know, may help you customize even more your settings. So if I double click on it, I can change the color. I mean, I can insert a green color inside it. I mean, but how much funny it's gonna look. Here you are, light blue, green in the middle, and dark blue on the other side. You can change the settings as much as you like. You can play around with them. Alright, so if you want to delete this marker, simply click on it and press delete. It's deleted. Alright, and one more thing, if you go to the type over here, this is a drop down menu, and you can change the gradients in which way it goes. I mean, it's linear right now. You can make it radial, so you have you can see it in the preview how it looks like. You can select the reflected one. Cool. I mean, those are a bunch of, you know, settings that you can do. The angle, man, I mean, it's all upon your, you know, your needs, which one you want to choose. So these are all the things. And if you choose this allow transparency, let me show you what this means. If you choose this allow transparency, that means what you are doing is if I select this light color, this light blue, and I change the color, and if I, you know, decrease the alpha level from here beside the color one, I'm going to decrease it down. Oh man, yeah, select. Now I'm going to decrease it down to the lowest one and click OK. Now what is this one is, this means that this is transparent. I mean, no color, nothing is there, and you are simply gradiating towards the dark blue color. Alright, now if I press OK, and you can see that your shape has this gradient tool. You can change the settings here also. I mean, you can select it and drag it around to, you know, change the way it looks. So if I have this one and I click outside, you can see this gradients, the dark blue color is there, but this this transparent color that you applied, you can't see here. It's not transparent, but if you again press Ctrl+R to render it, you can see that the effect has been applied to your shape. It is transparent, right? So I can close it, and I can again select the shape, and I can even, you know, make any changes. I can even change this what we call this gradients effect that we had applied. We can change its position to wherever you want. You can even rotate it. Just click and drag, change the distance, and there are a bunch of things that you can do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the shape right now, and I'm going to change the gradients. Let me see what else we have. So we have a drop shadow. I'm going to go back to the awake texture just a moment. Let me see what drop shadow is. Drop shadow, quite simple, I mean, as the name says, it's gonna add a drop shadow to your shape. Again, you can change the light angle, the offset, or the blur amount, or even the shadow color. So if I click OK, and I don't see an effect right now, but if I press Ctrl plus R, well, there is a shadow there, but I can't see it because of the stroke. So I'm gonna close the render window. I'm gonna select the shape. Always remember, if you want to change the setting for the shape, for the effect of the shape, you need to select the shape first and then go to the style panel and change the settings. Alright, so if I change the offset, let me make it 10 and press OK. Now if I press Ctrl plus R, now you can see the shadow over here because I have increased the offset, and now it's no more under the the stroke. It's gone beyond the stroke, and we can see it simply. So I'm going to close the render window. And one more thing, what I was telling you before, if I click outside, I have not selected the shape right now, and if I go to the settings panel and try to change the offset, change it to something like 5 and press OK, and if I expect my shape to get affected by the settings that I have changed, I press Ctrl plus R, you can see that the drop shadow has not decreased. Well, that's because you haven't selected the shape right now. You have to select the shape, and then you can see the settings that are set for this shape. And now if you change anything, you can change it. Alright, so make sure you select your shape before changing any effects on that shape. So I'm gonna see what else is there. We have some crayon color, and what this does is actually, I hope you remember the crayon color you used to do in your nursery or junior classes in the art class. Well, it's the same. You have this crayon color, your shape gonna change as if you have painted it with colored it with the crayon color. This line width is the width of the crayon that you are using. I may increase it, and the density is the the strokes that you are making with the crayon, the distance between those strokes that you are making. I can decrease it, and remember, this value should be between 0 to 1, as it says over here. You can see in front of the density in the braces. So these are the changes. You can apply and see the preview, how it looks like, to know if you're getting the right thing that you want. And lots of things are there. You can minimize the frame to frame randomness. These are the few things that you'll make. This is used in basically in animation. If you use it, it's gonna minimize the randomness. Well, what that means, if you create an animation inside the timeline, make the settings change in another frame. For example, if I go to the 24th frame and select the shape again and change its density or line width, if you change the settings of this crayon, then the animation occurs from one keyframe to another keyframe, and if I minimize it, it's gonna minimize the randomness. You may try it yourself to see what happens. That's how you learn, doing by yourself. So if I click OK, I don't see any effect, but Ctrl plus R, I can see these crayon strokes all over the shape. I had decreased the density, that's why there's a bit more distance between these strokes. Alright, you can change it to whatever setting that you like. So I'm gonna select the shape again, and I'm gonna choose the last one, which is the image texture. Image texture is simply if you have an image and you want that image texture to be placed on that shape. So simply what you have to do is select texture, and you can choose whatever shape you want. Whatever image you choose, and that texture will be applied. Right now I don't have any such kind of pic, but let me show you. I'm going to select this pic and let me show you what this pic is. So I'm going to right click it, I'm going to click preview, and you can see this is the shape. This is what the picture contains. Alright, so I'm going to close it. So I'm going to select this pic, and if you open it, you can see you have two more options: style and don't repeat. If you choose style, that means it's gonna tile those pictures if the picture is small, and don't repeat will simply won't repeat the file. Only one copy of the image will be there. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to press Ctrl plus R, and you can see that picture that I had selected, you can see it inside the shape. That picture is acting as a texture for this shape. Alright, I can even I had this option over here. I can drag it to set the picture. Increase or decrease that picture, and you can make settings. I can move it around and make it to whatever you want. You can basically use it for if you want you want a person to have suppose you make a box and you want the box to have a particular texture. Suppose you want the box to have checked some check colors, check shaped. So what you can do, you can create a small image, suppose a very small image for that same check color that you want, and you can apply the texture from this effect for any shape that you want, that box that you wanted to apply the effect to. So you can select that box and then apply this shading, image texture, and that's what you basically use it for. Alright, and you can basically change a few checks. You want to increase the checks or decrease the checks. So there are a lot of things, a lot of effects over there. Now again, if you make sure that the shape is selected, if you don't want to apply any effect, simply click plane, and here you are, back to where you were. And one more thing, the last thing that I'm gonna tell you, that if you go to here, this advanced button, if you click on it, you can see a bunch of more options that you can do, that you can play with. If you select your shape, you can not only apply only one effect, but you can apply 2 effects to your shape. The effects are the same that I had explained you in this video, and you can even apply the effects to your stroke. Well, we had done all these effects, so you know what these effects are, and you can apply these effects only to stroke, because this is under the stroke menu, and these effects will only be applied to the stroke and not the shape. Alright, not the fill color. And these are a bunch of options with which you can play with. You can go on and see what happens, and how you can change settings, and how you can get to what you want. If you need something, you need to apply some effect, create a feeling, create a perceptive feeling to the viewer, then you can use these effects and see what you can get. Alright, so this is all. And just last thing, that you can even name the shape if you want. I have selected the shape, and if you want, you can change the shape. Name it whatever you want. I can name it oval. Oval. Press enter, and now if you go to the shapes button over here, you can see that your oval is there. That means it's easy if you have a number of shapes and you want to select particular shape, that you can do that simply by selecting the shape over here. Alright, so I'm gonna check the advanced option, play with it, then you'll get to know what that is. Alright, so this was all about the basic shape effects that you can apply to your shapes, and I hope it helped you a lot, and thanks for watching.